Hey, it's Shel Anderson, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I blog at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com. My website and online store are located at shelanderson.stampinup.net. I'd like to thank you for joining me today, and we're going to spend a few minutes today crafting together. I was inspired by a card that my upline made using the gorgeous Ornate style suite of products, and I thought I would flip her design around a little bit and change up some things about it and give it a go. And this is what I came up with. This gorgeous foiled paper is just the star of the show. And it's hard to see in this video, I know. I actually paired it with the gold foil, and I cut my frame mat out with gold foil as well. So this is the card we're going to be making today. And for the frame, this is the frame that I chose from the Ornate layers dies. There's lots you could choose from, but that's the one that I chose for this card. Okay, and the greeting on this card is from the Love What You Do stamp set. I chose the thank you. I just loved the font and the fact that it fit perfectly within the frame. And the only other item you're going to need is some Memento black ink and some black ribbon. All right, I'm going to sit down here and we will get stamping. Your card base today is basic black. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm just going to set that aside for a little bit. You're going to need a card liner on the inside of this card. I have my liner and I put just a little leftover foil strip down the side. And I must have a piece of foil here that I can use. This one's actually a little thicker, but I'm going to use it. We're just going to put on some Tombow. It's always fun to pretty up the inside of the card and make it as pretty as the outside. I just use copy paper on the inside of my cards, so it's always nice to dress it up a little bit. And I'm just going to take a little bit of snail in the corners and here and there. And there we have a gorgeous inside. Okay, so for our layers, our foil pieces, the gold foil, are 5 1/4 by 1 1/4, and the DSP pieces that are going to layer on top are 5 1/8 by 1 1/8. Now, whenever I work with foil, especially when I'm putting things on top of foil, and I'm out of snail. Bear with me a moment while I get a refill. Sorry about that. Guess I wasn't very prepared, huh? There we go. As I was saying, when I work with foil, especially when I'm gluing things on top, I like to use snail. You have to be so very careful with the Tombow. So what I do is I just try to get all 3 sides that I see here, and then just hold this and don't put it down until you get it where you want it, because it's kind of a one-shot deal. And we're just going to do that 2 more times. Put your end down, match up your sides as best you can. Hold it up. Because if you've ever tried to remove adhesive from foil, let me tell you, it does not work. And if you happen to get too much, if you're using Tombow and you happen to get too much Tombow oozing out the sides, it's going to show. There's no way you can get it off of foil. So you have to kind of take your time and be careful, and don't be a perfectionist about it, because let me tell you, it's pretty hard to be perfect when it comes to these tight margins and working on foil. Nobody's gonna notice just a little bit off. Like, you'll see this one's a little bit off. I'm gonna put this one over underneath my ribbon a little bit. It's gonna be less noticeable there. Same thing on your card front. Start on one side. Once you get it where you want it, pop it down. Now, I'm not very good at going straight across the card. I like to go over and do the opposite side, mirroring what I did in the first corner. If you're good, you go ahead, you do it how you want. And I don't have this card straight. We're going to have to trim that up a little bit. I have to turn this around so that I can see. I'm trying to mirror what I did over here, this way and this way. And if I'm going to be out, I want to be out at the bottom, not at the top, because it's really noticeable at the top. And then once you have your 2 sides on, it's much easier to get your spacing right in between here and here. Once again, just hold it up until you get it where you want it, and then press it down. Next up was the ribbon. On this one, I went all the way around. I try something different. I just used a knot. On this one, I'm going to just make a bow. See what that looks like. If I don't like it, we can change it up. All right. That out of the way. That's kind of what I'm going for. Now there's my beautiful, beautiful die cut. This makes the card, in my opinion. We're just going to set that aside, and we are going to stamp. This is the piece I want, not that piece. And this is just going to layer on top of there. I thought about putting a black piece and then the white, but it's such a small area. I didn't go that way. All right. And because it's such a small piece, I'm going to use the small magnet. And I'm going to use the same greeting for this card. Don't think that's quite centered. There, I think that's a little better. Yep. And we're using the Memento black ink today. Oh, sorry, I'm wiggling the camera. Sorry about that. All right, clean that off so it doesn't stain. And pop that out of the way. All right. Put some snail on here. And this is the tricky part because you need to get all four sides. Pardon my head. And my gray roots. All right, now if we had a couple of dimensionals, we're going to pop this on here. And now I'm going to grab some glue dots. And I'm going to kind of put this guy on an angle up there. Fluff them up. And I want this tail, let's get these tails trimmed a bit. All right. Now I'm going to grab another glue dot with the Take Your Pick tool because I want these tails to kind of go like so. And another glue dot. And there we have it. There's the one we just made, and there's the one I made before. Okay, hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.